Hello, friends, and welcome to another Modern League. We're returning to Hammer Time, and we're playing the red version with Ragavan. This isn't something you've seen too often, but I have been experimenting a little bit with Ragavan in this list. Generally, you'll see a black splash for Thoughtseize, but Ragavan is one of the best creatures in Modern, so we're playing one of the best creatures in Modern in this crazy aggro deck. So if we don't put a hammer onto the monkey, maybe it'll just give us the mana and card advantage we can use to win anyways. Red also gives us some interesting sideboard options. Alpine Moon is pretty good in the mirror match and several other matchups. And then we also got a pair of Wear Tear, which again are just incredible in the mirror. We have first turn Ragavan on the play. We have hammers but no way to equip. I think I keep this. A bit speculative, but I mean turn 1 Ragavan is pretty good. And if we get Sigarda's Aid off the top, that's just bonkers. Bonky Kong. Another hammer instead. Glasspool Mimic. Can we play this as a land? No, right? Create a treasure. You may cast the card. Yeah, we can't cast that. We could cast this and clone a Memnite. That seems terrible. So yeah, this is just no good for us. I think we probably put a hammer onto the battlefield and pass the turn. And then we can draw a card with Sunbaked Canyon. What a sensible play. Not me. Never. Looks like we're playing against Merfolk. Spreading Seas the Plains. Yup. So that means that we don't have access to Paladin if we draw a card. I think we still do draw, though. Our hand is just kind of trash. I just want better cards. Steel Shaper's Gift, not it. Another Ragavan, not it. We could Steel Shapers for Cranial Plating. Doesn't seem great. See what we get off the top. We have blue mana now. So we can start casting their spells thanks to their Spreading Seas. Yeah, lol, the seas fixing. Thank you, opponent, for giving me the double blue. Oh, that's a good blocker. Get a Springleaf Drum. Attacks seem quite poor here. Let's pass back. We got Cranial Plating now, so we can start trading with some other things. Mutavault does give them one Merfolk. Cannot trade here, so we're just going to let this hit us, because they've already drawn a card. I'd rather keep my my creatures. Alright, so they play an Islet. Another Spreading Seas. Oh, and they tap down their Mutavault. Maybe they have a Merfolk Trickster in hand. Tideshaper. No kicker. Alright, so they just have one mana open. Don't think they're going to be able to do too much with that. Ornithopter. Not the card I was looking for. Okay, so we get 8 damage in, trade with their Tideshaper, and we have another Ragavan coming in. Alright, that doesn't tap for red. We have to use a Springleaf Drum to do it. That's fine. And then we can equip the Cranial Plating to the Ragavan. So that's scary. We have a blocker for their Saloon. And if they don't have an answer to Ornithopter Cranial Plating, we kill them on our turn. They could have Trickster. That's interesting. Oh, Sigarda's Aid? What a draw. Go to combat. Attack all. Every creature is a lethal threat. Ooh, that Springleaf Drum's definitely come in handy. Every creature is a lethal threat in the fair world. Ah. So I don't know if any of you have heard, but Twitch has upped the amount of emotes that people get. So I used to have like 3 emote slots for the my subs, and I think I have like something preposterous now, like 10, plus the 5 emotes that I get for followers. So I'm definitely going to have to do a little bit of work on putting together some more emotes for all of you. Yeah! More emotes are fun. All right, so I guess we bring in Prismatic Ending and Path to Exile. We could bring in Pithing Needle for their Aether Vial. Ragavan seems actually quite poor in this matchup. They're just going to have a lot of good blockers for Ragavan. Take those out. And who knows, maybe they'll even bring in that creature that says, like, tap a red or green creature, and then it'll just be pointless. Esper Sentinel's also pretty bad in this matchup. We'll take one of those out. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Sentinel is worse. We'll just take out the Sentinels and keep 3 Ragavans. I mean, Sentinel has it says artifact on it, and that's what's important about Sentinel. It says artifact, so like we get Metalcraft a little bit earlier. We have turn 1 Ragavan again, but I mean, we have Pithing Needle if they have Aether Vial. This could be a good hand. It could also just be total garbage. Because we don't have Hammer and we don't have a way to equip Hammer. So if Ragavan, Pithing Needle aren't good, this hand is basically a loss. I don't know, like, we're up a game. I'm kind of leaning towards keeping this. It's just we need so much to make this hand good. Did they keep... Yeah, they kept 7. This hand's way better. Can just Prismatic Ending their Aether Vial instead of Pithing Needling it. And if they don't have Vial, then Prismatic Ending hits one of their other cards. Alright, let's draw Ragavan. Oh my god, what a draw! Alright, I dare you to Spreading Seas me here. I dare you. Take a turn off to cast Spreading Seas. Let's go. Tidebinder Mage. They did bring it in. So we could go Springleaf Drum and then Path to Exile the Tidebinder Mage, or we could just Prismatic Ending it with no drum. I'm going to use Prismatic Ending. Path is going to be better again. Excuse me. Better against their 3-drop. So in that case, we play Saga Springleaf Drum. No, sorry. We're ending the mage, so we have to play Plains. Oh, they have a blocker in Memnite. Silvergill Adept, revealing Trickster. And there's the Aether Vial. Now that we've used the Prismatic Ending. Inspiring Vantage. Alright, I think we go Urza's Saga, Puresteel Paladin, Springleaf Drum, and then we can Path the Adept and attack with Ragavan. Nope, cannot cast it. Don't have the mana. Obsolete 88. Thanks for the follow, friend. Another Mutavault. Tide Shaper. Kicking it on Saga. Jerks. That would have been the reason to play Vantage last turn, I guess. Still comes into play on tap this turn. Our attacks are no good. They have the Mutavault. Yeah, this looks bad, friends. Looks bad. I guess if we attack in with Ragavan, we can bring it back later with Lurrus. I think I'd rather just have it. Oh, okay, they're actually going to Trickster, so we don't even have the opportunity to make that attack, even if we wanted to. That's a lot of land you got there, opponent. A lot of lands. I guess it didn't matter too much if we gave them an island. It seems to be flooding out a little bit. Attack with a Puresteel? Oh, they probably have a Lord here. Oh, okay. Yeah, with the Ragavan attack. I mean, we didn't get the opportunity, right? So let's see here. With a Lord, that is 3 times 3 is 9, 10, 11. Still block the 1/1, you think? I don't know. Like, if we get Hammer... No surprise. Two, three, four, five, 6 mana. If they have any way to make one of our lands an island, we lose. If we play Lurrus Puresteel, then we have 2 blockers. We can use the Lurrus to gain a little bit of life. Maybe they just have another Trickster here. Oh, look at that. Ooh, we actually don't have enough artifacts currently. Merfolk Trickster taps the Lurrus, and then we die to their creatures. Oh, and they even have another Lord? Okay, Silvergill Adept. Super dead. Yep. Merfolk is pretty tricky. But we got to play this time. Let's see if we can put this together. Yeah, they had a really nice sequence game 2. Having the creature that taps the Ragavan so we didn't get combat that one turn. And then being able to destroy the Urza Saga. Yeah, they had just an incredible sequence. Zero land hand, must mulligan. We got Sigarda's Aid, but we have no creature, no hammer. So we're hoping for a Stoneforge Mystic off the top here. Let's go Stoneforge one time. Playing the Springleaf Drum because I'm hoping for that Stoneforge Mystic off the top. Let's go. No such luck. Reveal Master of the Pearl Trident. Come on. These draws are garbage. Did kind of keep a garbage hand, though. Gonna give the Lurrus double lifelink. Double lifelink Lurrus. Okay. It's pretty good. Go get Hammer. Play Lurrus. And we can throw the Hammer onto it at instant speed after blocks. Come at me, I am here! Yeah, but did you think of that? Apparently they didn't. Let me attack, let me attack! Aw. Tricked. Tricked again. Hey there, Chuck. I was just wondering how come Magnetic Theft doesn't make the cut in this deck? Oh no. Oh no. I just didn't think it was worth it. It just felt like a bad card to me. They had the tech. Oh my god. We need to find a paladin here. We have a block for this one time. If they don't give us an island. If they give us an island, we're just dead. As is, we're taking 8, 11. Good thing they didn't activate the Mutavault. I think we have to keep the Luris here as something to potentially attack in with next turn if we draw correctly. We miss. Damn it! Good games. So let's see here. We have Hammer, but no way to equip it. Tons of lands. We have Saga to do stuff. I think we mulligan this and look for a better one. Like this one. This one's way better. Can play Esper Sentinel turn 1, then turn 2, Sigarda's 8 Hammer. Alright, opponent is mulliganing heavily. They're down to 4 cards currently. Okay, so what's going on here is the opponent had a bad hand, and they've seen what we're playing. Inspiring Vantage, Esper Sentinel with Luris means we're probably on some weird version of Hammer Time. So opponent knows how to sideboard against us, and we don't know how to sideboard against them. They did not reveal a companion, as I recall. So we're just going to resubmit with the same 60 and head back into the game and hope that we are able to take one of the next 2 games. Yeah, this hand looks gas. First turn Ragavan, second turn Sigarda's 8 Hammer. Probably play the Nexus on turn 2. No, we still want to play the Saga because the Nexus won't be ready. Oh, Quirion Ranger, we're playing against Elves, I guess. Alright, give me Ornithopter or a Memnite, please. Ornithopter or Memnite. We might want to wait on the Hammer, because we can kill them with Nexus on turn 3. So yeah, I think we go for the turn 3 kill with Nexus. Because, yeah, Ragavan is looking pretty garbage here. Probably still attack in with it. I mean, putting a hammer onto Ragavan means they have to block it every turn. But, like, with War Master, it's not going to be much of a problem. So, yeah, I think we go for the Nexus kill. I don't know if they even bother blocking here. No, they don't, because this isn't lethal. We could play Aquarian Ranger. Seems fine to me. I don't think we need this mana for anything. We're just going to be activate and throw a hammer onto it. Alright. Just gives us a nice blocker here. And they need to have some way to interact with Sigarda's Aid, Nexus, or Hammer. That's not it. I guess maybe they could have Dismember. Yeah, I'll take 2 damage. Can you return Saga? I think this only returns a forest, so no. Yeah, it's specific. It doesn't say land, it says forest. I know most of the time I'm playing Quirion Ranger, I'm only playing forests. So, you know, in that sense, it returns any land. But in this very real sense, it doesn't. Alright, so they have land open, they could have Dismember. I'm not going to play around it, though. They have it, they have it. So they need to wait till the hammer resolves. Once I target the Nexus, then dismember the Nexus, if that's what they have. Because otherwise, oh, they have the Force of Vigor. Oh, wow. Yep. That definitely answers everything I'm doing. All right. Don't exactly have a lot of cards versus their deck. We could bring in Prismatic Ending and Path. Take out Ragavan. Ooh, Realm Walker. All right, I'm going to trade here. Get rid of these creatures before I can't kill them. None of those creatures were artifacts, so it's not like they're helping us. Oh my, another Sigarda's Aid? So next turn, if we make Construct, we can put Hammer Spear onto the Paladin. Uh-oh. Heritage Druid is a problem. With Realm Walker and Heritage Druid, they can make so much mana and just play cards off the top of their deck forever. Really hope they just have a forest on top of their deck. Can't block because they have the Pendelhaven, so yeah, no blocks here. Get a Plains. So we have to activate Sigarda, or excuse me, we have to activate Urza Saga in order to have the 3 artifacts. Because we don't have anything in our hand. Go get a Spear, and hope they don't have another Force. Get a Hammer here would be nice. Maybe they just Force here, get rid of the Spear and the Hammer. No, they don't have the mana for Force. Another land? Get out of here. I don't need more lands. Kind of hoping they don't even bother blocking here. It's not lethal, and if they don't block, we can put this equipment onto the construct afterwards. It is a very mighty board they have, you're right. Oh, nice, no blocks. So we're going to have a lifelink blocker. Woo! They don't even bother waiting to draw the card. They know what's on top. They know what's on top because of Realm Walker. So yeah, we managed to win the match. This one's a tough one to keep. We have everything except for lands. I think we keep this because Ragavan on the play. Uh-oh. What are you going to do with that Verdant Catacombs? Make an Overgrown Tomb? Make a Bird of Paradise? Okay, okay. Land? Sigarda's Aid. Ooh, okay, so we're playing against Yawgmoth combo, but we get to either kill their bird or make a treasure, and either way, like, we get to go Sigarda's Aid Hammer next turn. I think this is pretty good, because their Yawgmoth isn't going to be able to kill something with a hammer on it. Nice. Get that extra mana. Take a Blooming Marsh off of their deck. So yeah, I think we just play Sigarda's Aid and then hold up Hammer. Yeah, not interested in playing Esper Sentinel right now. Much rather hold up the Hammer. Wall of Roots. Ignoble Hierarch, sure. We'll go to our turn now. Hammer? Arid Mesa? Alright, so we can put Hammer and Spear on Ragavan, and I think that kills them. Like, we could put it on the Ornithopter too, but if we put it on the Ragavan, then we get to draw a card. Well, yeah, they block, but we have Shadowspear. So we still get the treasure. Yeah, okay, yeah. They're not dead. They're not dead. But I think effectively they're dead. Because, like, look at what they have. We're taking away their resources with this attack. And losing Wall of Roots here is actually pretty big. Oh, we get the Grist off their top. Grist would have been super good here for them. I think we just play Esper Sentinel pass and hold the Puresteel in hand. And that way, even if they have Grist kill Ragavan, we can play Puresteel next turn. I guess we, like, playing Puresteel this turn means that even if they get Grist, they can only kill one thing. Worst case, Yawgmoth still doesn't kill Ragavan. Yeah, I don't think it matters what we do. We just have this incredible game one sequence. Sure. So you block 9, take 4, 5, 6. They did the math. Alright, so we bring in Pithing Needle, for sure. Bring in Path. Bring in Sanctifier and Prismatic Ending. We take out the Ragavans, because Ragavans are bad versus Young Wolf. And we might actually just take out the Memnites as well, because they just have so many good blockers versus the ground. Esper Sentinel does technically have text. It's pretty close to a Memnite, though. Could bring in Soul Guide Lantern. It's not great, though. So as most of you are probably aware, we're facing off against my personal favorite deck right now. I love Yawgmoth combo. Hammer Time is my second favorite deck, so Battle of the... I mean, like, this is just really fun Magic for me. I will keep this. Yeah, I think you're right, Donut. If we go to a game 3, we'll take out a Sentinel and bring in a Soul Guide Lantern. I think it's better than Soul Guide. Gilded Goose. I like Chalice and Engineered. Those are good cards. Pretty good against us. Think we just play Sigarda's Aid here, pass the turn. We could have actually, like, ending the Goose. I don't respect Goose. Think that I would have been more into casting Ending if they had something else. Okay, so there's the Grist. They can never Goose again. Grist is a bit of a problem. If we get land, though, we can play Sanctifier. Don't think they're gonna kill my Stoneforge here. Maybe we should have just got Spear. Probably should have just got Spear, actually. I think that was a mistake. Ooh, Grumbly Belly. Alright, so they are killing the Mystic. Esper Sentinel. Alright. Play Esper Sentinel. Play Springleaf Drum. And then we can throw a hammer onto the Esper Sentinel if we want at instant speed. Not a Yawgmoth yet. But I mean, they have Yawgmoth here if they have almost anything. Oh, nice. They're playing with Hapatra. So if they get Yawgmoth, we're dead. Okay, well, they don't have it yet. No attacks. All right, let's go get Spear. All right, so they gotta block a lot here, and we can get rid of Hapatra. Or we could just play Sanctifier. Could also get rid of Grist, but that causes us to tap the Sentinel. Because I want to play Sanctifier here. So that we can play the Puresteel Paladin next turn and move all this stuff over. Alright, so that's 7. Yeah, it doesn't matter, we're killing everything here. We could tap the Sanctifier, exile the Ignoble. That might actually be worthwhile, because then if they draw Yawgmoth, they can't really do anything. They could sacrifice a creature, kill the Esper Sentinel, and then we just play Puresteel and put everything onto the Sanctifier. So as long as they can't play Yawgmoth... Okay. So yeah, even if they kill the Esper Sentinel now, we can play the Puresteel and put everything onto the Sanctifier. GG. All right. So yeah, I have said before, Yawgmoth has a good Hammer Time matchup. It's absolutely able to interact with a Hammer Time deck in a way that, you can just like absolutely decimate what we're doing. But Hammer Time is quick and it's also grindy. So we were able to put so much pressure onto the board that even though they just exploded with creatures down, they weren't able to keep the Liberator. And that means that we were just able to present too much pressure. And the Sanctifier on en-Vec, giving us protection from black as a way to keep our creature healthy from the Grist, worked out pretty well. This hand looks amazing. We're just missing second white source. Oops. Botanical Sanctum. Haven't seen that one in a while. Oh, and Grief? We have nothing to do, so I'm just going to F6 here. They get to Grief, take a card out of our hand. So this is Living End. Burn with Soul Scar. I mean, Burn is pretty interesting. We don't generally see Soul Scar out of Burn anymore. We don't see Soul Scar much at all anymore. Ragavan, so we could dash Ragavan. Seems like the best thing we can do here. Ooh, Elevation. Thanks for the follow, friend. Good question. They exile the Living End. That's the thing to do with it. Hey, yeah, that's something that I've been experimenting with a little bit since the release of Ragavan. A couple other people have been doing it that I've seen as well. Alright, I don't expect to be able to play anything that we hit here. Yeah. Maybe we're supposed to go for the Nexus on that turn. Okay, if we had the Nexus and we play the Saga this turn, we would have 1, 2, 1, 2... No, I don't think so. I think this is right. Do I play Amulet Titan? No. I've played many, many decks, but Amulet Titan is one that I've never played, actually. Get an Arid Mesa. No hammer, though. Yeah, it's a really good deck. I absolutely agree with that. I think we play the Nexus, dash the Ragavan, then we have the Urza Saga to go get a thing. And we can play the Puresteel Paladin next turn after they've done a Living End. And put, like, the equipments onto it. Seems bad. But, I mean, what are we realistically doing? Maybe we can get a Nexus kill next turn? Another Curator of Mysteries. Okay. Yeah, I think we just pass here. All right, so they don't have any red, so they can't Living End at instant speed. Okay, so they are going to do this. Oh, they get the Grief back. That's a bit of a bummer. They're going to be able to take the Puresteel Paladin out of our hand. And they get to stack our deck. So they get to see what we're about to draw before they decide how they want to use Grief. But they only get to give us one card because we're going to search with Urza Saga. Yep, that's the one. Guess we make a 1/1. Get another Urza Saga. All right, we go get a Spear, I think. Now, we could play Saga in the hopes of being able to make some more constructs very soon. The thing is, I kind of want to get Shadowspear onto one of these constructs as soon as possible. So if we play Saga now, we can't play Ragavan. We can't equip Shadowspear, and then next turn, we don't get to equip Shadowspear and we play Ragavan. If we play land now, we get to play Ragavan, block, equip Shadowspear, but we don't get our Saga to be making new constructs. I think we want to make new constructs as quickly as possible and get these things nice and fat. So we're going to play Saga here. We can block a Shardless, take 9. Go to 7. Oh, you're actually attacking with that too? Didn't expect the attack with Shardless Agent. They don't have red mana, so they can't pump up the power. Maybe they just have petty theft. They could like petty theft this construct, then these trade. Yeah, Petty Theft would be back-breaking here. Kills both of our constructs. Use Stoneforge Mystic. Actually, here you go. Here's the deck list. Oh my! Shardless Agent again. Why would you want to do that? I get all my creatures back. Oh, they're just playing a 2/2. Okay, that makes sense. Esper Sentinel. So I think I play Esper Sentinel, I play Ragavan, and I put Shadowspear onto a construct. And then do I attack is another question. Attack puts me to 10. Basically, yes. Basically, yeah, I've been the one working on Bonkey Kong. I mean, I took a Hammer Time shell and I put Ragavan in it. It's not, you know, like too impressive, I don't think, but yeah, I'm the one that's been working on it. I think a couple people have been working on it independently as well. So yeah, they don't block. We go to combat. I have blocks. I think we could just attack here. And this way we don't get blown out by, like, Petty Theft, meaning that we don't gain any life. Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's totally fine. Let's see what happens. Start with a Street Race Cycle. They're really looking for Petty Theft, I think. Like those cycles. Putting them down to 5 now. Just concede. Just concede. Just scoop them up. No attacks. Nice. Love to see it. See what we draw? Springleaf Drum. Meh. I'm going to make another construct here. Go get... What? Oh, we can't get Cranial Plating here. I forgot. Cranial Plating is not a target. So we can get Hammer, which doesn't really do much for us. We get Memnite, which is an extra blocker. Ornithopter is a good blocker as well. Let's see, I definitely want to attack with these. I think I leave the other things back as blockers in case they have Petty Theft. Because they like Petty Theft this. Alright, this block means they don't have Petty Theft. I think. Or it could just mean they're setting up for their next living end. Oh, I'm such a fool. They're just setting up for their next living end. I should have attacked with everything. That way we lose some of our creatures and their next living end brings our stuff back. As is, their next living end is going to be amazing for them. Alright, that might have been a punt. Maybe. Definitely. So let's see here. We got Esper Sentinel and Puresteel Paladin, which is actually still really good because we get to keep, we get to keep Shadowspear and Springleaf Drum. So then we just need to go get Hammer. All right, well, they don't manage to find Living End. Lucky for us. One Living End here. One Living End here, so they probably had one more left in the deck. All right, we just got lucky. And that means that we get to bring in our sideboard cards. Soul Guide Lantern, Sanctifier en-Vec, Drannith Magistrate. Yeah, no red mana. It was pretty good for us, the fact that they didn't have red. They needed to find another Shardless Agent, and they'd already used at least two. Let's see here. I think Ragavan is decent in this matchup, getting us extra mana, good attacks in the early game. Esper Sentinel is okay. So we're probably going to have to cut on some of the 0 mana creatures, which is unfortunate, because they're the ones that get us the turn 2 kill, which can be pretty good. But yeah, we're looking to play our sideboard cards. So let's see here. How are we gonna do this? I think we're gonna just make a couple little cuts here and there. Just kind of like trimming a little bit off the top. Trying to build Boros Hammer with Ragavans too. Very cool. But with Blood Moons instead of Sagas. You really want to hate on Sagas, huh? We're keeping this for sure. We got Ragavan, we got Soul Guide Lantern. This hand looks amazing. So they can't Living End on turn 2, right? So we're going to be able to play the Soul Guide Lantern turn 2 and get rid of one of their cyclers. We can just play the Ragavan turn 1. I mean, like, not just the Ragavan. We're going to play Ornithopter, Springleaf Drum. I almost want to play the Nexus this turn, so it has the ability to attack. But yeah, I don't know. Like, if we get... That's a lot of... I don't think we can draw that many cards in order to be able to kill with a Nexus next turn. Because we need Hammer and Sigarda's Aid. So yeah, we just can't draw that many cards. So we're going to start with a Vantage, Ornithopter, Springleaf Drum, Ragavan. Then next turn we have Soul Guide Lantern. Go ahead. Alright, so they got something. Misty Rainforest gets them a red source, I imagine. Probably a Steam Vents. Called it. Untapped. Alright, so they have some sort of interaction with us. What are they going to cast here? Oh, okay, just Waker of Waves. Sure. So I think we get rid of the Waker of Waves. Hexproof doesn't really matter to us very much. They get to grief our Soul Guide Lantern. That's the reason why we played it last turn. Oh, we should have played it last turn. Grief is so strong here, taking our Soul Guide Lantern. We're not going to have enough time to get Lurrus play Lurrus. Puresteel. Alright, so we play Inkmoth, we play Stoneforge, get Hammer, play Hammer, and then next turn Sacred Foundry, Puresteel, and put the Hammer onto the Nexus. Yeah, I think we still win next turn. They don't have a flyer, right? Oh, but they have Grief again. So they can just Grief our Puresteel. We have an extra mana because of Ragavan. Doesn't really matter, though. Like, whatever creature we play is just going to die. So yeah, we play Nexus, 1-2 mana, play Stoneforge. Yeah, okay. Not too much we can do. You know, it's still possible. Maybe they don't have another land. I don't know. We get Violent Outburst. Alright. I think we wanted to play the Hammer this turn because, like, if they miss, then we get to kill them. If they miss, or if we draw Puresteel Paladin. Or Sigarda's Aid. No, not Sigarda's Aid, because we played the Hammer. Because we play the Hammer, Sigarda's Aid's not good right now. Alright, so they do have the land. And they're just going to instant speed. Do the thing later. Yeah, they can just do it during combat. Ooh, okay. That's a little bit late. A little bit late. And if we play it now, then they just respond Living End and take the Puresteel Paladin out of our hand. If we don't play it, then they Living End, kill all of our stuff, take the Puresteel out of our hand, and Drannith Magistrate does nothing. So, damned if we do, damned if we don't. If we attack, they're just going to be able to get rid of our stuff regardless. So I think we just put Drannith Magistrate on the stack. Yeah, like, they had the Violent Outburst, so I don't think there was any way we were realistically getting through this. The Grief is just absolutely perfect for them. Getting rid of our Puresteel. Feels bad. We can put Lurrus in hand, though. So if we don't just die here, maybe we can win next turn. 5 and 7. Let's see here. 5 and 7 plus 6. 5 and 7. That's 12. Plus 6 is 18. Oh, it's Xaxes? 6, 11. It's Xaxes. Damn it. So we can't really put the Lurrus to hand. We have to block with Drannith Magistrate. So we need to draw Puresteel Paladin off the top. One, two, three. Yeah, has to be Puresteel off the top. Only draw. And they could still have interaction, like petty theft. Oh, they have a blocker with flying now. So yeah, that's it. GG. We lose, even if we got the right draw. Okay, well, I didn't think I would get punished for not playing the Soul Guide Lantern turn 1. Ragavan seemed like the play, but they had the grief. Good grief. I used to think that grief was going to be really good in the Yawgmoth deck. Haven't really seen any grief in that deck ever. But Endurance turned out to be a bomb. Absolutely keep. First turn Ragavan, second turn Sigarda's Aid, Hammer, third turn win. Ragavan here looks to be about as good as any other creature. I mean, we got extra mana for it. No grief? No grief? One time no grief? I guess they could have, like, Dead Gone for Ragavan when we try and put the hammer onto it. Alright, opponent is taking their time on this decision. They do have the grief. Alright, so they can take the Sigarda's Aid or the hammer. Probably the Aid, I think, is the right pick. I think you take the Aid. Yep. Alright, so as is, looks like we're just playing Cranial Plating. Get an Ornithopter. Cranial Plating, cast Ornithopter, and we'll pass the turn. Alright, go ahead. I don't see any reason to use this treasure to equip Cranial Plating. It would give us fewer artifacts, for one. 2 mana, is this finally a petty theft? No. Oh, Foundation Breaker. So you're going to destroy the Cranial Plating here? Yep, that works. And they have a pretty solid looking turn next turn. We don't find any way to equip the hammer. So it looks like they're just going to be able to do their thing. Could not find the hate. Couldn't move fast enough. We can at least get the Lurrus to hand here. Would have been nice if we had a Inkmoth Nexus, because then we could have maybe got the kill anyways. But yeah, if they just have Ooh, land tapped, you say? Land into play tapped, you say? I like that a lot. So we can, if we get land, we get Stoneforge. I was thinking we could Lurrus Sigarda's Aid, put Hammer. So yeah, I think we just attack first, and then get the Sigarda's Aid out of the graveyard. Force of Negation, huh? That's not going to do us any good. So let's see here. If I Lurrus, I mean, obviously it's going to be bad if they have Living End, but they played their land tap, so I don't think they have it. We'll just play Sigarda's Aid here. At least we'll have Sigarda's Aid in play. If this resolves... Oh, no, they have a Force of Negation for this? Oh, they're cycling for the Force. Force of Negation exiles Sigarda's Aid, so we won't get it back with Lurrus again, ever. But we took the Force of Negation off the top of their deck. Oh, they still found another one? No Sigarda's Aid for us. And node card draw. Exiled. Alright, we're just going to pass the turn here. We got 5-6 damage coming in next turn. We have Cranial Plating to bring back if they don't have interaction. I think Cranial Plating might actually win it. 1, 2, 3, 4. It adds 4. And we have 6. So it is Xaxes with Cranial Plating. Okay, so they put the land into play untapped. So they can cast a... so they can cycle looking for that Cascader. They don't have the Cascader! Okay. So they could still have Petty Theft. And Petty Theft whatever we put the Cranial Plating on. So I think I put Cranial Plating on Ornithopter. Let's see what we draw. Puresteel Paladin. Oh, that's an interesting one. So we could go Puresteel, play Hammer. That's bad. I mean, like, pretty much anything is bad against Petty Theft. Puresteel, play Hammer. And then they bounce the Puresteel in response to the Hammer on the stack. We could just play Cranial Plating as basically lethal. I don't know, I kind of think the Cranial Plating play might just be better. Rather than putting Puresteel down and having another creature into their next turn potential go for it. Yeah, I'm thinking we're probably just going to go for the plating. I just have a couple more things to think about. Because we could play Hammer, and then Puresteel Paladin, and then equip the Hammer, and then they still just petty theft whatever the Hammer's on. Yeah, okay. Cranial Plating it is. And Cranial Plating goes on Ornithopter. Ooh. All right, we managed to find the line. Thanks for your patience, cream as milk. I did spend a little bit of time trying to figure out what we were going to do on the last play. Even though we had the kill on the board, I still had lots of things to think about because I was trying to find the best line to play around petty theft, but it didn't matter anyways. Single land, all Ornithopters and Hammers. We mulligan this. This is fine. So we'll keep this, get rid of... oh, this is actually difficult. Which card do we get rid of? We need to keep both the Mesas. I think we get rid of Shadowspear. My buddy Greg has built it, picking up Griefs this weekend. We've jammed 100 plus matches in the last week or two. Wow, geez. Including Pauper decks. How does Pauper do against Living End? Can't imagine it would do very well. Still going, yep. The last league was 3-2, and this is the final match of this league and of the stream. I mean, I guess some of them do have quite a bit of graveyard hate available. Opponent's doing a lot of stuff here. I like the Sigarda's 8 off the top. That almost makes me want to just play Inkmoth Nexus turn 2. Is this a Thoughtseize? Inquisition. Even worse. Inquisition hits everything in our deck that Thoughtseize hits, and they don't even have to pay life. Fairies has a lot of counters. Burn is just burning stuff out. Affinity can put stuff in the graveyard to come back. Elves can rebuild. Wow. That's wild. So they have 3 card types, and they got rid of our hammer. Pauper is OP. We could play Saga. We could play Nexus. We could play Puresteel. They only have 1 card in hand. This is a really tough choice. I almost just want to play Inkmoth. Maybe we play Urza's Saga and then Inkmoth so that we can get the hammer of the Inkmoth onto the Saga. And at least on turn 3 we can make like a construct. I figure like if we play Puresteel Paladin here, it's just going to die. They'll have, you know, like Lightning Bolt or Unholy Heat as their last card, and that would give them Delirium. Instead, they have Inquisition anyway. So if we had played the Puresteel Paladin, well, I mean, then they would have Lightning Bolted it, so. And they did have the Unholy Heat. Or rather, that was on top. So they would have had it. Our Puresteel Paladin would not have been long for this world. As is, we're losing it anyway. Opponent's putting up a ton of pressure. We have almost no time in order to enact our game plan. Vantage is not what I was looking for. Just play Inkmoth pass. These have flying. Obviously cannot block them with a construct. And we're just dead here unless we draw a hammer. I guess we get the hammer with the Urza Saga, so we need them to have no removal spell. If they have removal spell, we're dead. But we could draw hammer and we would still win. Okay. Let's find out. We get Puresteel Paladin. That's pretty good. I don't think it wins, though. Because we need to get hammer with the Saga. Alright. Do you have removal spell? Yes, you do. Okay. Opponent wins. Maybe we should have got Spear. No, because we don't have enough artifacts for the Puresteel Paladin to do anything. Good game, though. They needed to have that removal spell in hand, otherwise they were just dead. So we bring in Prismatic Ending, bring in Sanctifier en-Vec. Oh, you're playing Pithing Needle and Lantern in the main? Nice. I bet you've managed to get a few games with those. I want to keep my Memnites because they block Ragavans. Not great, but it actually is pretty nice on the value line. I think we'll keep this. First turn Esper Sentinel seems pretty good. And then we can dash Ragavan and play Esper Sentinel with the treasure. Colossus Hammer. Don't know if we really play Ragavan into their Darcy. Probably do, actually, right? Trade out the Darcy, make them lose it. They gotta take this block, right? Like, they got to. Maybe we'll just draw Unholy Heat off the top of their deck. Okay, yeah, there you go. Nice lands. Unholy Heat with the mana. Taxed. Get taxed. Get another Urza Saga. So I think we just play Inkmoth and make a construct. Ooh, scary. Blood Crypt untapped. Another hammer. I think I'm going to go get a Springleaf Drum so we can play Esper Sentinel. But they could just call against command now. 2 damage, destroy an artifact. Yeah, 2 damage, destroy an artifact. Okay. So we don't have any constructs. Is it still worthwhile to get a Springleaf Drum? Because we can't play Esper Sentinel with that. Can't really play anything. Pretty close between getting Springleaf and getting Spear. Yeah, Lantern would have been pretty nice. I just didn't want to take out too many cards out of my my deck. But I guess we're going to be punished. Oh my. Protection from white. Discard 2 cards at random. Seems good. Puresteel is interesting. So let's see here. We tap this, activate Nexus, play, tap Nexus for white, play Paladin, but we don't get to play Hammer. So I think we try deck. Exclamation mark deck. So we can play Esper Sentinel and then put Luris to hand. Or you can play Esper Sentinel and make Construct. I like play Esper Sentinel, make Construct, I think. There you go, affinity-friendly artifacts. Put Lurrus to hand. Come at me, I am here! Block their creature. I don't think we're even going to have the chance. They should have waited on this, actually. Wait for me to block, and then kill the Esper Sentinel after I've blocked, and they just get both. Instead of showing me not to block. Oh, okay, they're killing the Construct. Sure, sure. In any event, yeah, I think that was actually bad. They should have waited till I blocked, and then kill the Esper Sentinel. Alright, another hammer. They're tapped out. So let's see here. 1 mana activates Nexus. 2 mana puts down Paladin. But then we don't have enough mana for hammer. I guess we just get the hammer with the Saga, and then we have the artifacts. Last hammer in the deck. Damn, I love this deck. Yeah, this looks like a keep to me. Alright, opponent mulliganed once. So we obviously start with Ragavan, but moving forward from there, not the easiest. Turn 2 kill? No, I don't see a turn 2 kill here. It's pretty good, though. I like the Ornithopter as well. Alright, so I think they just kill Ragavan here. Yep. Cranial Plating. I kind of like Urza's Saga Cranial Plating here. This matchup is really hard because they just have so much removal. So being able to get value from our Saga turn after turn could be the way to go. Alternatively, we could play Nexus, and then next turn play Puresteel, but yeah, we don't have mana to be able to activate the Nexus and stuff. Yeah, we're just going to play Urza Saga Cranial Plating. No attacks. Alright, I think they probably have Colligan's Command, so I don't want to move in too far. I think we just play Nexus. I really would like to equip the Cranial Plating. Just don't have the mana for it. I think we'll just play Nexus, make Constructs. And then once we've got, like, Construct, and then next turn we can, like, activate Nexus, put Puresteel into play, and ask them to just have everything. Because, yeah, they have so much mana open, they're just waiting for us to make a move. So putting Cranial Plating on Ornithopter means they get to kill the Plating, kill the Ornithopter, and waste my turn. Whereas this way, maybe we can bait them into using the Colligan's Command early, so they won't have it when they need it. Okay. So, yep, this is exactly what we thought was going to happen. And if we had equipped the Ornithopter, then we'd be losing out on all that mana. So, I guess that's is how we wrote it up. It's not great, but it is what we expected. Alright, they just have another Colligan's Command, I guess. Alright, Esper Sentinel. I think we just play the long game here. I'm interested in grabbing Shadowspear. Esper Sentinel, now we can attack for 4. So yeah, we definitely had an opportunity to try and play a faster game, but with what the opponent has for us, they just have infinite removal. So, you know, I'm trying to go for value here. And if they have another Colligan's Command, we get to draw a card. Okay, it's Lightning Bolt, targeting Esper Sentinel, sure. Ooh, maybe we should have got Springleaf Drum, because Springleaf Drum is the kill next turn with what we have in hand. Engineered Explosives on 0. Destroy each non-land permanent. Alright, so they can just get the constructs. But they can't get the Nexus with that. Another Esper Sentinel, nice. So let's see here. If we play the Puresteel Paladin, we don't have the mana to be able to activate Nexus and put the hammer on it. I think they're waiting for 4th land Turok, probably. So we just want to empty our hand, basically. I think we attack, make them activate the explosives, and then we'll just throw our hand onto the board. Yes, I did just play a land, Sacred Foundry. Alright, we're going to come in with Constructs here, try and get some chip damage in, or make them use their mana. Either way is fine. And then, yeah, just play out everything after they've used their mana. So we'll play the Esper Sentinel first, so that they have to, if they have like a response for the Puresteel Paladin, then they allow us to draw a card. And I would like to play the hammer afterwards so we can draw a card with it. Nice. All right, putting the Colossus Hammer onto the Esper Sentinel, so that it's difficult for them to kill, and if they play any spell, we're going to draw a card, guaranteed. What could they have here? They could kill Colossus Hammer and Esper Sentinel. I mean, they could still do stuff, but this looks really good for us. It's difficult for me to try and figure out, like, all the things they could potentially have. They do have, you know, like, access to destroy artifact effects. So getting rid of the hammer is definitely an option, but being able to draw a card with the Esper Sentinel is pretty clutch. EE for 1 would be really bad for us, you're right. We would still get to draw a card out of it, though. Turak Pro White would also be pretty good, but we have Trample. So we'd be able to get through Turak. Turak plus something to get rid of Hammer would be pretty good, or even just something to get rid of Shadowspear. I think, yeah, you get rid of Shadowspear, because Shadowspear is what gives me Trample, and once you have protection from white, the Hammer doesn't matter anymore. Out there holding back here. We get, oh, Prismatic Ending. Not the best. We can put Lurrus to hand. That's basically all we can do. Activating the Inkmoth Nexus doesn't seem like a great play. I think we just attack as is. Maybe we move the Shadowspear. And attack as is. We're better against Unholy Heat. I think we're better against Kolaghan's Command this way. Yeah, I didn't want to expose the... I mean, like, it is technically still exposed because they could kill the Spear and the Paladin, but then we still have the Esper Sentinel as a problem. Although that would mean that they would be able to play Turak next turn and have a pro-white creature, but we would just have Lurrus Spear after that. Geo, thanks for the follow, friend. Alright, so it looks like they do have Kolaghan's Command. So they're going to kill the Esper Sentinel, and we're going to draw a card. Oh, what a draw. What a draw. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to move equipments anymore. That is a good one. Do we even put the Lurrus into our hand right now? Probably we still do, right? Because if they don't have Turak for it, then it's just a beating. If they do have Turak here, we can start attacking in for 3 lifelink. But if they don't, I think we win. They'll have a hard time getting rid of the Sanctifier. And just, you know, like racing with a lifelink creature, pretty good usually. Okay, it's Kroxa. We get rid of the Prismatic Ending. And another Kroxa gets rid of the Luris. Okay. I mean, I think that's still really good for me. Get a Stoneforge. Nice. That should be GG. What a draw. Just go get Hammer, put it on Sanctifier, end the game. Blue gives us the GGs in chat and scoops them up. All right. We got a 4-1, a 3-2 and a 4-1 with Bonkey Kong. Definitely happy with that. Also happy to see 0 Blood Moons. One of the things about this deck is it makes it much weaker to Blood Moon. Once you bring a second color into Hammer Time, Blood Moon is a beating because it gets rid of Urza Saga, and then we also lose white sources from Sunbaked Canyon, Sacred Foundry, Inspiring Vantage, and Arid Mesa. Alright, so here's the deck that we were playing today. Bonkey Kong, Hammer Time with Ragavan, give a monkey a hammer. Been working on this deck for, on and off for a little while. It's something that I like to kind of shake things up with the Hammer Time style. Being able to play a turn 1 Ragavan and start putting pressure on with it is, really impressive. And I feel like it gives this deck one more piece of angling towards grindy. The deck is, it's really cool because it's these two things, right? It's incredibly aggressive and fast, and it's also grindy. So the Ragavan adds a little bit more to the grind aspect of the deck. And it's also a lightning rod, so the opponent has to deal with the Ragavan fairly quickly, and that allows us to later on play, our Puresteel Paladin and move some equipments around. I also like the option of the red sideboard cards. Being able to play Wear Tear is really, really nice in the mirror match. As long as you have access to both colors. I was playing the mirror match earlier, and it was so difficult to be able to cast both sides. In the past, it's generally been easier. I've usually been able to just fuse Wear Tear no problem, but we did have difficulty with it today, and that is something to consider. Alpine Moon is also really good, being able to deal with opposing Urza Sagas, Inkmoth Nexus, Volakuts, what have you. The Sanctifier obviously was an all-star here. Magistrate really wasn't doing what I wanted, and I'm wondering if maybe we would be better off with, Silence or something. Just because, getting that Magistrate onto the board before they play their 0 mana spell, you have to have it turn 2, and then they can also just Petty Theft or Removal spell, and then they're ready to go again. So maybe Silence is the way to go here instead of Drannith Magistrate. I'm not sure. But yeah, otherwise, was really satisfied with this. I really enjoyed it, and I liked having the Memnites in with the Ragavans. It does mean that I'm not able to play the Mishra's Bauble, which does suck. Mishra's Bauble and Luris are obviously, a team. They go together with, what was the quote there? Spaghetti and meatballs is the end of the joke, but what was it? Lamb and tuna fish. Goes together like lamb and tuna fish. Yeah, all in all, satisfied with this deck. I don't know that it's better than Hammer Time, and investing in Ragavans to play the deck that's basically the same. That is a pretty big price tag, but if you already have Ragavan, if you already have Hammer Time, the two go together pretty well. Just saying.